Hello again. So this video I'm going to be talking about two things. The roll-off hub, developments of it, or no developments rather, from a recent video, and the Spinup F12W. It was going a bit noisy. I felt it was heavy going, so I opened it up. There was grease here on the inside, which was, I think, touching the housing, and I cleaned everything up with the degreaser, cleaned the gear up with the degreaser, put in new grease, and some grease that you can with a sort of that you can blow into there with a sort of a straw. I don't know how you call it in English. Anyway, at hard to get places just in case. Everything in there is encapsulated, so it can't do any harm to the electronics. In any case, that improved things quite a lot. I mean, it makes it a lot less noisy. So there was indeed the issue of perhaps the gears was also not greased enough with the small gear, and it gives noise. But I may have touched, as I mentioned, the housing because of a layer of old grease that hardened, that was on the inside of the housing everywhere. So I cleaned everything up. What I did else was I took out some screws. So actually, if you buy this, what you should do is remove all these little screws immediately, put thread locker on it and screw them back in, because this is aluminium, the screws are stainless steel, and that gives a strong galvanic corrosion, which means you get all the white stuff on the bolts, and it's very hard to get out. But I used a knife, a small hobby knife, an X-Acto type knife, to get all the white stuff from the threads. Put thread locker in it, put them back in. I also fixed a little bit the water, the rubber ring that protects the dynamo from water. This part, this is the dynamo part, this is just the gearing. Yeah, it's running perfectly again. So for 3 years I've been using it almost every day, most of the days outside, and it gives a lot of USB power. It's really nice. I was comparing it with the Igaro C1 last few days, and for example, charging the Xperia XZ phone with screen on, because that influences how fast it charges. I got 10% charge in 3 kilometers of riding at, say, 18 kilometers per hour, perhaps 18 to 20 it was. But the charge speed is already reached at a lower speed for this phone, a little bit, but 18 or so, then you can definitely get that. So 10%. With the Igaro C1 I got to 7.5% in 3 kilometers using the high settings, and for that you need to go probably 18 kilometers or more as well. But definitely at 15 kilometers or so it already charges at that speed or almost that speed, which is a lot better than the C1. Yeah, but it gets just more power than more regular dynamos. Price wise, so let's do a bit of a comparison. So $500 you can get import duty, then you can you don't need a dynamo hub, of course. With the C1 you need the dynamo hub, so that means if you don't have one already, that's 100 euros or so extra if you use a simple dynamo hub such as from Shimano. Let's see, I think that's it for this video. Next time more, bye.